Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Well, let's check it out. Let's see what I got for you right now. If you like those classic pickups from the 60s, from, you know, the country that actually it's the best known for making those big, bulky, some of them very attractive pickups, that we're talking about an American brand. But if you like these type of pickups, let's give you a proper presentation. What I got for you right now, it's a 143 scale 1965 Chevrolet C-10. You know, these are the cars that it makes you want to listen to that song. It says, "Whoa, what a night. Late December 1963." If who remembers those type of classics that I'm sure back in the 60s those folks and those gals were listening to these type of songs in these pickups driving down a Missouri road or a Kentucky highway. Who knows? You have the stories. I would love to listen to them. Or you were in another country, because as we looking at this pickup is from a collection of cars from Mexico. So obviously this pickup was sold in other parts of the world. So, like I said, there's so many stories. But let's get back to this car. This is the first generation of the Chevrolet C10 or K10. I think there was another one called K10. Now, it says here these cars were made between 1960 until 1966. I tell you, these were big boys, these were bulky, but nowadays they're even bigger. Because back in the days, pickups were a lot more simple. They were meant to be cargo vehicles, so you didn't want the most luxurious interior. You wanted something rugged that can take the work from the construction zone or picking up those deliveries and going all around the city, and you want to bring those boxes and stuff like that. You want to make sure these cars were nowadays pickups, they're rugged, but there are a lot of luxury in it. But the price also tells you very clearly the luxury is there. So it depends what you like. If you like more of the old school, simple, practical cars, or you're more into the fashion pickups that you don't know if you're driving a pickup or a Bentley. Okay, let's see. Let's check it out. As you're familiar with the Chevrolet C10, it also sells a share their base back then with the GMC. I forgot. Oh, GMC Sierra was it? No, Sierra was the second generation of but they were called, I think, GMC CK also. So they share, the base with. They're considered a full size truck or medium duty truck. I guess depending on the year. Some of the years were bigger than others. But I gotta tell you the truth, I think this is one of the best generations to me that I like the most. That's my opinion. Now let's talk about engines. Engines. We have quite a few different engines. We have 3.8 6 cylinder. We have a 3.9 6 cylinder, 4.1 6 cylinder, 4.3 6 cylinder, 4.8 6 cylinder, 5.0 6 cylinder. And then we got the V8s. There was also a 4.6 V8. And then you have the big boy, which is a 5.4 V8 engine. Transmissions. You had a 3-speed manual, it called Synchro Mesh manual. There was also a 4-speed Synchro Mesh manual. And there's a 2-speed Power Glide automatic. Too fancy. I don't know why they make these names. I like simple. I mentioned before, I'm a very simple dude. Give me names that says automatic or manual, especially back in the 60s. I'm sure they're like, "Oh, what is this? Just give me a pickup that I can do my chores with it, and that's it." All right, everyone. I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone. So, what do you guys think about this car? Tell me if doesn't bring you memories. At least I know probably in Europe this car was probably not what you really want to see. Maybe not the car that you wanted to drive. Back then in Europe they were really into the micro cars like the Fiat and the NSU and the little Mini Coopers, and those are the cars that everybody wanted because they were cheap on gas, practical, and zippy. You could zip around town without taking a whole lot of space. But in other parts of the world, like in the North American, continent, and some other parts of the world too, but most known in North America. These were the cars that people wanted to have. The bigger, the better. The longer, the better. Things changed a lot in the mid 70s, and even in the 80s, changed even more. But back then, if you can afford it, it was in your best. If you wanted to drive those type of cars, then those are the cars that you wanted to be in. So basically, that was basically the option. All right, everyone. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the pickup. Did you like it? Was it your type of pickup that you would own? Or you probably like those Datsuns that were coming out little by little back in the 70s. Those probably were more cars of your choice. Don't forget to give me a beautiful thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. And don't when you subscribe, the bell, the whole 9 yards. Basically reminding you everything. Take care of yourselves more than ever. And goodbye.